Okay, Matt, we got the memo about the Kindness Rising promo, but what exactly are we promising people?
And is there craft services? Hey, I need snacks too.
Gentlemen, focus. Kindness Rising multiplies kindness and helps people get up on the right side of the bed.
So wait, we're not doing another angry headline show.
Exactly. We rise above the negative, divisive noise.
Translation, less rage bait, more high fives for humanity.
And this is live, like actually live.
Yep. We go live on YouTube and LinkedIn, 7:30 a.m. Eastern every weekday.
Wait, if it's live, what if I forget my lines?
Then you improvise.
Okay, so our tagline is basically wake up, tune in, and start your day with kindness.
Exactly. Kindness Rising. Good vibes, practical tips, and a reason to get up on the right side of the bed.
You heard the boss. Subscribe now before he makes us do a TikTok dance.
Kindness Rising. Wake up, tune in, and let's make some good noise.
Monsters aren't just under the bed anymore. Some live in your inbox. This week on Kindness Rising, we're facing fear online. Bro, I think the internet's haunted.
Ah, it's just your password again.
Courage, Matthew, is not the absence of trolls. It is the power to scroll past them.
You heard the cat.
Join me and the whole gang all week long. From scammers to trolls to ghosts in the feed, we'll help you turn fear into fuel and kindness into your firewall.
Do you know what's scarier than haunted houses or movies? Adulthood. We Gen Xers survive Poltergeist, The Blob, and dial-up internet, but try engaging with your kids on social media, and suddenly you're the ghost. Today we're facing the fear of growing up and maybe discovering that Halloween is the cure.
You traded a full-size Snickers for a box of raisins. That's fiscal irresponsibility.
Yeah, he's been making bad investments since Beanie Babies.
Hey, those are a big part of my retirement plan.
Should have sold them back in '95.
Hit subscribe before these guys start bartering Smarties for Bitcoin.
As kids, fear was fun. We'd walk into dark houses on Halloween with fake cobwebs and creaky doors. Our hearts were pounding, but we loved it because deep down, we knew we were safe. The fear was part of the story, but not the ending. Welcome to Kindness Rising. I'm Matthew Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy. I come here at 7:30 every morning to tell stories, to get up, to get after it. I'm going to be telling the story of the morning I woke up as a baby, dressed as a baby. In a little bit. So keep an ear out for that one. And we're going to have Cal, Stan, Reggie, and Sensei Whiskers joining us all throughout the next 25 minutes or so before we get on over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. And get involved in the comments. It's Halloween. It is time to get up and talk about Halloween if you want. This is a great time for nostalgia. Usually we do Fandom Friday here on Kindness Rising, but today we're just fans of Halloween and talking about and wrapping up our Face Your Fears week. But I hope that this is positively triggering for people of positive memories of Halloween. I told one earlier in the week about my friend running down the street with his shoes sparking. I have lots of other Halloween stories too. What's your most iconic childhood Halloween memory? What costume did you wear? Would you still wear it again? Have you ever TP'd somebody's house or thrown eggs on their car and secretly hope no one does it to you now? Talk about Halloween. See what happens. I'm sure we all have things to remember, but we also want to remember that, like I said before, when we were kids, fear was fun, but somehow we then grew up. Somehow it stopped being something we played with, but something that played us. Mike Sullivan, Be Driven, Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. I think that might be our buddy Keith Billis, who's out there getting up and getting after it every day, including Halloween. And yeah, taking care of business. So good morning to everyone. Somewhere between the pillowcase full of candy and the credit card bill, we traded our wonder for worry. We stopped seeing magic in the world and started scanning for what might be wrong. Oh no, what might happen? And yet, every time I see a kid sprint down the sidewalk in a too big costume with his cape flying behind him, I remember that I used to live like that. When we were younger, we really believed in things that were not necessarily easy to show us. We knocked on doors without knowing what we'd get, and we called that adventure, not anxiety. That's the real fear of growing up. Not that we're getting older, but that we'll stop being amazed by the world. Wonder is how we practice kindness in this world. It's how we remind ourselves that even in chaos, in politics, in deadlines, in doom scrolling, that's still the beauty waiting to be noticed. It's the way the morning light hits your coffee. It's the sound of a kid belly laughing down the block. It's realizing that you still get to be here in this world, imperfect and unpredictable. We're closing out Fear Week this week. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you missed what we talked about all week long, subscribe to the channel. Go watch those videos and face your fears. We'll do it together here on Kindness Rise. I want you to ask yourself, when was the last time you really let yourself be awed by something small? We all, as adults, we get awed by things. I know for me, it's about natural beauty. I've turned the corner and the light is hitting those changing leaves in some way, or a waterfall somewhere or something. Those are the things that leave me in awe still. But let's try to find some awe in some small things. The wonders of our world. There's so much that we still have to learn. We just have to keep noticing it. You gotta start looking at stuff. Just think about that. You gotta start looking at stuff again, because then the world starts looking back. Welcome to Kindness Rising. Be driven. Mike Sullivan, I appreciate you. And we've got Jerry Ginger and Roseanne Roof getting after it over there. My mother bartering 2 for 1. Oh yeah, Mom, I hope your basket this year is filled with Mounds bars. That was our deal when my sister and I would come home from trick-or-treating. My deal with my mother, who loves dark chocolate and coconut, was if I had a Mounds bar, I got to trade 2 for 1 for anything that we had in the house, whatever it is we were giving away. I don't remember. I do know I have lots of memories, tons of Halloween memories. A beautiful memory that I have that I still get reminded of by people to this day is my father. My father leaned into Halloween really well. He loved answering the door. He loved interacting with the kids and the neighbors that we had. He loved doing silly stuff at his store for Halloween. I remember, and people remember that. People remember your dad wasn't afraid to make fun of himself or to dress up a little something weird at Halloween or interact with people. That's an inspiration. Tonight I get to do the same. We'll have to see what kind of, a little different nowadays. We get some trick-or-treaters at our house, but not a ton. Be driven, you found baby chicks. Well, is that a trick or a treat for you guys there? I don't know. Oh my God, the plastic masks, those wicked the old plastic masks with the super thin rubber band that was guaranteed to break and have to be retied, and they had a hole about this big for your mouth to breathe. Oh, and they had it would just give you basically a printed garbage bag to put around you. You'd have this freaking frock of plastic and then a molded plastic mask. Hysterical. I remember those. Mike Sullivan, you're a candy corn guy. I can't get into candy corn. There's my admission. I love candy, but candy corn for some reason, like I can have one or two pieces, but then the taste just overwhelms me. I do love the smell. I was out sniffing candles. Weird hobby. We were out shopping, and of course, while my wife and kids were poking around and stuff, I'm just walking around sniffing candles, and I caught a whiff of a candy corn one. It was pretty good. I didn't buy it, but it's pretty good. Cutting your tongue on that little hole, yeah. I can still feel it right on the tip of my tongue, scratching and cutting. Oh, I remember those so well. That is great stuff. Great stuff. Jerry Ginger, welcome in. I'm glad you're here. You got any Halloween memories for us? While you're thinking of those Halloween memories, let's check in on how Cal and Stan are doing on this Halloween. Maybe.
Finally finished the proton pack build. Took me 3 weeks and 4 YouTube tutorials.
You look like a man who just wrote off his childhood as a business
At
expense.
least one of us takes ghost busting seriously.
Yeah, and that's why you're single.
Busting still makes me feel good.
All right. Little callback to our Ghostbusters episode from a couple of weeks ago. The guys are still into Ghostbusters. I got a question. People out there on the vertical, Mike Sullivan, Be Driven, Holroyd's here. Welcome. Can you hear me? I don't hear the audio coming back from my videos in on the vertical for some reason. That was weird, but let me know if you're able to hear it, just so I can make adjustments if needed, because that's what we do. We adjust on the fly as we need to here on Kindness Rising. It's what we do in life. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that you can hear everything. That's great. And of course, here on Kindness Rising, we always talk about organizations that are out there doing good work in the world, whether it's Halloween or just a regular day in the week or Christmas or whatever. We always, always, always multiply kindness and unlock growth for good people doing good work. And we do that by spotlighting organizations that are leaning into our subject matter today. Sometimes the bravest thing, though, isn't facing a monster. It's saying yes to life after a really hard chapter. Our kindness spotlight today is called First Descents, a nonprofit that helps young adults facing cancer and serious illness reclaim their lives through adventure. Whitewater kayaking, rock climbing, surfacing, experiences that rebuild confidence and community. Since 2001, First Descents has helped thousands rediscover their courage, completely free of charge. It's proof that sometimes the best medicine isn't in a bottle, it's in the mountains, on the waves, and in kindness that believes that joy is still possible. Really cool organization. Check them out. First Descents, helping people who would otherwise not have access to things to light up a little bit of joy in someone's life who's otherwise experiencing stress, pain, that kind of thing. All right. I think it's coffee time. I am going to get to that story. I don't know if anybody saw my little snippet of a video of an adult Matthew Roof dressed as a baby. I love Sora. You can do just about anything with that thing. Give it enough information. You can produce video memories. Leaning into that a little bit, thinking about doing like a little bit of a story time where I redo a memory like I just did. That was a little test. Have you seen the video? I'd love to hear if you guys saw it. Maybe I'll play it. I should show it. Maybe I'll do that like soon. I should have thought to load it up and be ready, but maybe I can figure it out. But before we get to the story of the morning I woke up dressed as a baby, we're going to talk a little bit of branding and with our branding spotlight. Just like we highlight good people doing good things out in the world, we want to highlight brands that are out there standing out, that are following our EAT principles, our EAT framework: experience, expertise, authenticity, trust, and entertainment, that only gets bolstered when you go live. And we are working on the live concept, the leadership, the influence, the vulnerability, and the energy is what we talk about when we talk about lives. Apparently, growing up or developing through the healthcare system, I learned how to make an acronym out of anything, right? We've got to eat. Now, Keith, this is Keith's idea live. I love it though. Leadership, influence, vulnerability, and energy. Those are the things that happen when you go live. It's how you get there. It's a framework for going live and improving your personal brand. I don't know if these guys go live, but I know they have a very distinct brand, and they're from right here in upstate New York. It's not their tagline, but I guess it's their tagline: boldness without apology. This one hits close to home for me, like I said, because it was born and brewed right here in upstate New York, built on a truth most of us take years to learn. You can't live boldly if you're afraid of being too much. The name of the company is Death Wish Coffee. When I said brewed, were you thinking about beer? It wasn't beer, it was coffee. Death Wish Coffee calls itself the world's strongest coffee, but what it really brews is courage. While others play it smooth and safe, Death Wish says, no thanks, we'll take strong, loud, and alive. That's why it fits Kindness Rising, because kindness isn't about shrinking yourself. It's about showing up fully with all your weird, wonderful, too much energy and still choosing to make something better out of it. That's Death Wish Coffee. They are following the EAT framework. They have experience with their coffee that dares you to rise. Their expertise in brewing small batch crafts from upstate New York. Authenticity. They are people who were never small and they were not playing it small. Trust. They earned it through honesty and consistency. If you're from around here, you know they show up at places. They show up at charity events. They show up at festivals. They are there honestly and consistently. And lastly, they are entertainment. They are rock and roll branding with heart. They prove that facing fear or facing the morning takes the same thing: a little strength, a lot of intention, and one bold cup. That's Death Wish Coffee. Pretty cool. Check them out. A little bit more coffee for the gullet here. All right. I'm going to try to find something real quick, guys. Talk amongst yourselves. I feel like Mike Myers on that Saturday. Okay, talk amongst yourselves. How's it going for your Halloween? I hope you guys are doing great. Is anybody getting dressed up today for Halloween? That would be kind of wild. I'm not. I've got a couple of wigs and some things I'll throw on for when the kids show up at the door. But no, I didn't come up with like a real true costume this week or this year. Excuse me. All right. I got that little thing loading. I figured out how to do it on the fly while I'm talking to you. But first, we are going to get to that story about my waking up as a baby. But first, let's hear our last little bit of Halloween advice, guidance from our buddy Sensei Whiskers.
Sensei, why do grown-ups stop dressing up?
Because they forget that costumes aren't for hiding.
Then what's the real costume?
The one that still remembers how to play.
Remembers how to play. And I know someone else who remembers how to play. It's Keith Billis over at Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. We're going to get on over there at 8 o'clock for a little bit of Halloween chaos. I don't know really entirely what he has planned, if anything, but we will get over there and get after it. So, I promise, I've been promising to tell you my Halloween story. I hope that people are sticking around to hear the story. And here is the little teaser that I put out there yesterday to get you thinking about this story. Here's the visual.
Is that guy asleep, sir? Hey, excuse me?
Forgiven? Is this 1990 or 2025? Stay uncommon, stay kind.
Okay, then.
Yeah, that was me. November 1st, 1990. True story. But there's more to it than a baby in a dorm room lobby. Join us on Kindness Rising.
We're talking about the real monsters we face and how kindness helps us finally grow up. 7:30 a.m. Eastern. Bring your coffee, not your diaper.
Good boy. And I'm back. Hello, everybody. So that's it. They got the image with you. Let's get a little personal about Halloween. Let's talk about some monsters. I said it was November 1990. I remember it clear as day, even though it was some 35 years ago. 35 years, holy moly. Okay. When I was that age, my monster wasn't under the bed. It was inside of a red Solo cup. November 1st, 1990, freshman year, I woke up on the couch of my dorm's lobby. Sunlight's pouring in, and families are walking through doing their college tours for their prospective students. And there I was laying on one of the couches, dressed fully as a baby, diaper, bonnet, the whole deal. I'm sure that someone somewhere has a photo of it. I've seen them. I don't know where they are. And at the time, we thought this was hilarious. I wore it like a badge of honor. The wild night had become epic. The party was epic, all that. But the truth is, that's just one of 100 stories or more of behavior that did not fit the norms due to alcohol binge drinking. For every funny story, though, there's probably 2 or more stories of things that weren't funny. Fights that didn't need to happen, physical and verbal. Hangovers that stole entire weekends. Dumb decisions that could have ended worse. And the quieter consequences. The relationships that faded. The mornings I woke up anxious, replaying the night before. Oh my God, was I a jerk? What did I say? What did I do? People reminding me of what I did that in the light of day, I did not necessarily feel proud of. I was doing it for belonging, for escape. Because back then, that's what we thought adulthood was. Keeping it together Monday through Friday, going to class, going to thing, and then blowing it up Friday night, Saturday night, and then that would leak into, oh, let's do a Wednesday night, let's do a Tuesday night. The truth is, with the alcohol drinking in the way that I did it, I wasn't running towards anything. I was running from something. What I'm not here to do is preach abstinence or shame. I don't do that. If you still love a beer, I actually still have a beer once in a while. It's okay. That's not the point. That is really cool. But for me, I had to face the monster of binge drinking head on. It's about why I drink. It took me years to realize I didn't get hammered to have fun. I was using it to heal. And then that's where kindness comes in. Kindness fills in that space that alcohol used to for me. It's what helps me forgive the old version of myself. It what helps me let go, lets me go out and laugh and dance and still wake up proud of who I am the night before. I don't wake up on dorm room couches anymore. I wake up early. I make coffee and tell stories like this one. And maybe that's the real kind of buzz I was looking for all along. Happy Halloween, friends. Be kind to yourselves and stay awake in your own life. That's the story of the day that I woke up dressed as a baby. Thanks for listening. I hope that maybe it inspires one person to not hit it so hard. Go as the uncommon kindness guy without the tooth. There's my costume, guys. La la la. Silly stuff. Yes, the tooth comes in, the tooth comes out, the glasses go on, the glasses go off. I am glad to see all of you with or without my lenses on. Thank you for joining me here. Hawkeye from MASH, right? I love that. That's a great idea. A little bit of a red house call. I can picture it, right? The still that they built in their tent on them at the MASH unit. Those guys are great. What a great show. Nice one, Holroyd. I like it. You can just walk around and drink your martinis and enjoy your Halloween dressed as Hawkeye Pierce. Great idea. All right. We need to hear from our buddies Cal and Stan one more time before it all ends here today. Our end of our fear week. I hear they still went out trick-or-treating, and let's see.
I think I just ate my feelings.
Yeah, and half my 401-inch Snickers.
Was it worth it?
For a fleeting moment, yes.
Two grown men still trick-or-treating for emotional closure.
Hey, closure's expensive. Candy's cheaper.
Candy is cheaper, but you know what's even cheaper? Coming here every morning, 7:30 a.m. on Kindness Rising. Get up and join us. Still go to therapy if you want, or you need to. Do it. It's amazing, but maybe it's okay to have some candy too. The biggest thing is that you show up here on Kindness Rising, 7:30 a.m. Monday through Friday. I'll be back on Monday morning, but first I need you to get over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, where they're talking about how you can use your no-spend mornings to be richer by December. Don't pick up the credit card, pick up gratitude, and tune in next. The most valuable things we have to give don't cost a dime. That's the show for today. We have faced our fears all week: trolls, failure, rejection, being real. But the final fear is the one that whispers, "You've outgrown joy." Gen X, we never did. We just hid it behind sarcasm and coffee mugs. So tonight, when the lights go out and the candy's gone, remember this: you're never too old to believe in magic, never too grown up to laugh at yourself, and it's never too late to be kind. I hope you have a fearless Halloween, and as always, stay uncommon and stay kind.
What if your mornings could be inspiring and ridiculously fun?
Kindness Rising isn't just a show, it's a full wake-up vibe.
It's freaking fun, people.
Yeah, man, it's got real get after it energy.
I love it.
Wake up with Kindness Rising.
I help purpose-driven people grow their impact. 5-ingredient recipe to help you build your personal brand. Get out there and take kind action.
If it's live, they'll feel it.
On Kindness Rising, we bring you proven strategies and fresh ideas you can actually use. If you're not failing, you're not trying.
Exactly. Fail fast, rebound faster.
You'll see the bloopers and the genuine connections that make kindness contagious. We sometimes get into a little bit of trouble.
Pretty much my life made the list.
You can trust what you see right here is honest, respectful, and uplifting. Social impact organizations, and we always talk about them. Try kindness. It's way cheaper than therapy. You just made my day.